Welcome to Women of the Metaverse. I am Cheryl Laidlaw.
I am Angela Harkness. We have been and are still on a journey to discover the metaverse, Web 3.0, NFTs, and anything that we are required to know to join this world.
From this podcast, we will help you to unlock how the metaverse is going to impact your brand, your business, and even your personal life.
Join us as we take the mystery out of this new digital universe. Welcome to Women of the Metaverse. In this episode, we are talking about the Flyfish Club NFT. We wanted to talk about this because it will show you how versatile NFTs are and that they are not just digital pieces of art to be traded. They are not just pieces of art that come with a few goodies at the back end, but the NFTs can be used in a very creative, innovative, and tangible ways. We may, during this episode, start referring to it as the FFC because the Flyfish Club is actually a bit of a tongue twister, and I know I will trip over it. So, Cheryl, do you want to explain what the Flyfish Club is?
Okay, so the Flyfish Club is the world's first NFT restaurant. The concept is a private dining club. However, in order to join the club, you will need to purchase, yep, you guessed it, an NFT on the blockchain. That NFT, in effect, becomes your membership card, which then, in turn, gives you unlimited access to a private dining room. And they will also have various gourmet and social events you can again have total access to. On the website, it actually says that the private dining room spans 10,000 square feet in New York. There is obviously the restaurant, which they refer to as being upscale, an outdoor area, a cocktail lounge, and a omakase lounge, which, if you don't know, because we had to look it up, is a Japanese style of dining. It means leave it up to you. So, Angela, do you want to explain more about how it came about?
This is quite interesting because the founders of the restaurant are Gary Vaynerchuk, who is all over NFTs at the moment. And we did an episode about him a couple of episodes ago about his VeeFriends. And he is the founder and chairman. Then there is a gentleman called David Rodelitz, sorry if I butchered his name, who is the founder and CEO. He is well known in the restaurant and hospitality industry. Josh Capon, who is founder and chief culinary officer, a very experienced chef and businessman. And then Connor Hanlon, who is founder and EVP of operations. Again, another very experienced person in the hospitality industry. The four of them have created the VCR group. They state on their website that this is old world hospitality which meets modern day technology. So the FSC is their first foray into this venture. I want to point out at this stage, this is 4 men as founders, and I'm not saying they should have chosen a woman, but it shows again that men are dominating the NFT space. And this could have been something women could have created. And it is one of the reasons why we started this podcast, because we really want to inspire and encourage more women to use their incredible creativity to start to look at possibilities. What they wanted to do was to create a membership that becomes an asset, which we have seen with the Bored Ape Yacht Club and the World of Women. But I feel this is on a different level because this feels like a business first choice rather than, what we can honk on the end of it after we've created our art.
It seems a very thought through process, doesn't it?
Yeah, this is right up my street. Just the pure
Genius.
creativity. Yeah, it is just genius. I love it. Right. So, Cheryl, do you want to explain how it works?
No problem. So there are 2 levels of membership, 2 slightly different tokens. So one, which is called the Flyfish, will get you access to the restaurant cocktail bar, and outside space. And then there's the Flyfish Makasi, which will get you the same access as the Flyfish token. But in addition, you will have access to the Makasi room where you can dine on sushi prepared by one of the world's best sushi chefs. Now, I don't know about you, but I love sushi.
I don't like sushi.
Angela, not so much. So you wouldn't be getting that token, would you,
I would
Angela?
not buy that token. Sushi is like my worst nightmare.
I love it.
I may buy it to sell it, but I wouldn't enjoy
There you go. That's your business brain speaking right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Okay, so when they dropped their NFTs, they sold 2,655 fish tokens, and they were released at a cost of 2.4 ETH, which in today's price is £3,447. And the Makasi was 385 tokens were released at a cost of 4.25 ETH. And in today's price, that is £5,861. But I think that's a very reasonable price for a private members club. I mean, I know it's a private dining room, but it's kind of on par with
Soho House.
Yeah. And we've got a few clubs in London
Yeah.
that would just slide in quite nicely. And I'm sure
Yeah.
the same in New York.
What was the one that we belonged to?
The Albright.
The Albright.
The
Yeah.
Albright.
So kind of similar.
Yeah, not far off it.
Yeah.
So they have been released in stages. So some were put on early release in December 2021. And there was a bigger sale in January of this year. And the VCR group held some back to build the brand. Overall, they have sold 1,200 Flyfish Club memberships and 301 Omakase, which means an overall total revenue of £5,947,747.
These numbers. Every
That's
time we
nothing.
do these podcasts.
They blow us away. It's nothing to be
I know.
sniffed at, is
Just
it?
numbers. Numbers.
So get this, there is no interview for the membership and there is no annual fee. You purchase the NFT and that gains you access to the Flyfish Club for life. Also, for the owner, the NFT becomes an asset, so you can lease it out to the other people or you can sell it on.
This is where it starts to get genius too.
Absolutely. On OpenSea at the moment, some Omakase tokens are selling for around 15 ETH, which is around £20,000. If you do not own a Flyfish Club NFT, the only way you can come to the restaurant is with a token holder, and there are different rules for different areas of the restaurant. As an NFT holder, you can book a reservation via their reservation system, and you will need to connect to a wallet to show proof of ownership to be able to enter the club. With regards to the leasing they have created, we got this from their website, a leasing mechanism where the token holder can lease the token on a monthly basis, which means the opportunity for passive income. Very clever.
Very clever.
Every time someone sells their Flyfish Club NFT, 10% goes to the VCR group.
It's genius. I don't know if what happens with the leasing. I don't know if they get money from the leasing as well, because I think it's their leasing mechanism, or whether that
They must get a kickback.
I would imagine so. So
It's very,
yeah,
very
it's very clever.
very
And I
clever.
have to say, we'll put the link to the website in the show notes. But the website's really good. The FAQs on the website are you can get a lot of detail from them. So yeah, just so clever. I love it.
It's brilliant. So, Angela, let's talk about what this means for the evolution of NFTs.
This to me is the next generation of NFTs. And Cheryl and I have spoken about this. We don't think there is a business that couldn't create something around an NFT. Where this is different is because the concept of the restaurant and the NFT is all encompassing. I think with other NFT collections, they have created the collection and then thought about the perks that could be attached to it. I think we actually spoke about this maybe in our last one where I was saying people have stopped becoming creative around or it
Yeah.
might be Gary.
They're offering the same
They're
thing, aren't
offering the
they?
same
Just,
thing.
oh,
Yeah.
we'll do a
Yeah.
membership.
Whereas this to me
Okay.
felt like it was, oh, how can we create this whole encompassing thing, NFTs, income, and a restaurant? I think that's what I really love about it. It works very much around the whole construct of decentralization. So you buy a token, and this is with no interview process. There is no board saying you do and don't get a membership. And this is either a good or bad idea. I was thinking about this because a lot of membership clubs, you do have to like fill in a form, get accepted.
You're vetted,
You're
aren't
sort of
you?
vetted.
Wait months on
Yeah,
end.
Soho
Yeah.
House is what, 18 months for like Soho membership.
Well, it depends who you know, you see,
Yeah.
Angela.
So I think sometimes that's the side of it. It can be who you know that will get you into these membership clubs. But also, if you're just selling these tokens to anybody, you could just get some awful people at at this place. So there is pros and cons to it, I guess. But also it stops that who you know type
Yes.
membership as well. So for your business though, you could do something similar, but you don't have to go all in. For example, if you own a restaurant and you have a special dish or meal that you create that people love, maybe you create an NFT for that dish or meal and only NFT holders can order it. I have just purchased a Kinfill kit, it's beautiful. I'm such a sucker for exquisite branding, but it's a sustainable cleaning company. So they send you this beautiful pack with glass jars in, and each season they have like a set of sort of regular scents, beautiful scents that you put water into the glass jar, add your scent. But each season they do an exclusive scent just for that season. So maybe something like that. If you had that type of company, you could create an exclusive scent and only NFT holders could have access to it. It could be a more luxurious, more expensive scent. Or,
Can I just say, Angela's house has never been so
oh,
clean.
I haven't, no, that's not true.
Have you not used
I've
it
not
yet?
used it yet because they're too
Oh,
nice. They're
damn.
too nice to use.
I thought you'd been up and down,
No,
doing this
I've
everything.
just looked at it
Oh,
because they're just so
it's so
beautiful.
pretty.
Yeah. I don't work for Kinfill. The amount I have mentioned Kinfill over the last few days is just unbelievable. I don't get anything from this company, but
If you're
I've
listening.
talked them up. I can tell you that it's amazing. Anyway, so if you were a personal trainer or a yoga teacher or anything in that area, you could have private one-to-one yoga sessions for NFT holders. This whole concept creates FOMO, that kind of Hermès model of bags where you really have to go on a wait list if you want them and you don't always get them, where there is only limited access. So without a doubt, it can be set up in the right way for a constant stream of income. For a business owner, the risk actually is on the NFT holder because the smart contract can ensure that if it was to fail or it became less popular, you could change the terms of the contract. So that's what could happen with the Flyfish Club is if all of a sudden they stopped reselling these NFTs or people stopped coming to the restaurant or whatever, they could just change the terms of the smart contract to either release more NFTs or, you know,
Mm-hmm.
it's on the NFT holder whether this is going to be a success or not.
Well, when you buy any NFT, you have to do your research and the risks on
Yeah,
you.
exactly. Exactly. So the leasing element also I think is a really interesting side to this. So there is certain areas that this would work for. For example, Kinfill, you could lease your NFT for a season so somebody else could get your scent. You could lease your signature dish, or if you were a florist and you did an NFT where you got a regular bouquet of flowers, you could lease so somebody else could get the bouquet of flowers. For other things, the leasing may not work, but you could release packages in levels as NFT. So Cheryl, as a web designer, could release different levels and she could release high-end one where maybe she does a refresh of a website every 2 years, or as a coach, you could release different one-to-one packages. It's just the ideas are endless that, you just, I don't think you can limit yourself. I think if you have an idea, do it rather than thinking, oh, nobody's done that one before. And if you want to get some ideas, then go and study Gary Vaynerchuk, because he's really does seem to be embracing this NFT world. He just gets it, and he's doing business in a lot of new ways. And I think you'll see a lot coming out from him in the future. So Cheryl, do you want to end us on some wise words?
Absolutely. So NFT services have many uses and their potential will only grow over time. More and more digital artists are appearing on the horizon, while celebrities also are diving into this niche to maintain an online presence and increase their net worth. So, what can you do to stay current and on brand in your business?
We hope you've enjoyed this episode. Join us next week as we continue this journey into the metaverse. Bye for now.
Bye for now.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Women of the Metaverse.
You can find all information, links, and people we talked about in the show notes on our website.
If you have enjoyed this podcast, please comment and subscribe.
Join us again in the next episode as we continue this exciting metaverse journey.